Alright, game number 1. Going first, I think this hand is too power heavy with too much top end, even with the Crest. We have turn 1 ramp, so we're looking at turn 4 Worldbearer Behemoth. It's pretty good. If we draw more ramp or another thing to play before turn 5, that would be nice. A Dawnwalker on 2, a Titan on 3, anything like that. If not, looking at turn 1 Initiate, turn 2 Scribe, turn 3 Talir, turn 4 Worldbearer, but that presumes we just draw nothing. This will definitely warrant a response from our opponent if they can answer it. It looks like they haven't yet. So we don't really have any fast spells to represent, but there is a 1 mana one that we aren't going to show. Like, we don't have it. But there is Synchronized Strike, for example, that this deck, quote unquote, could play sometimes.
Thank you.
Desert Marshal's annoying. Play another Scribe, and I'll attack. Again, not representing anything. See if he blocks. We have Obelisk. We're okay with getting chip damage as well. So he has reasons to block. That's fine. We'll play more ramp. And we're still looking at turn 4 Worldbearer Behemoth. If he has a second silence effect, well, the fun police is here. My opponent may be on a little bit of a power weight hand though. I'm not sure yet. Alright, Power Stone. That kind of tells me there's probably no harsh rules in his list. And let's just slam a fatty. And get in, put him to 20. Next turn, we're almost definitely playing Talir's Favor plus Obelisk. Oh boy. Is there a Vanquish? Okay. If there was no Vanquish here, I think this game would probably be over. There was. So we can either play Talir's Obelisk or Dawnwalker Talir's. I think I'd rather deploy my Dawnwalker just to keep bodies on the board. And we're just working towards our Obelisk. I am in trouble if my opponent has a big threat of his own. We have made it so if we top decks a Carnosaur, it's worst. But our opponent has dealt with our one big threat. Turns out we drew one of ours too. Would I rather play Xenan and Obelisk? Or would I rather play Carnosaur? I think I'd rather just play Obelisk here. And I don't care what he does about this Dawnwalker. He plays a Desert Marshal, good for him. We'll play a power to put ourselves towards Obelisk. Even though we have Mystic Ascendant, I think turning on Obelisk is better. I saw pause from my opponent. I think it's probably protected this matchup. Wow. Opponent didn't do anything this turn. So I can kill her the Dawnwalker on this. I can also just play Carnosaur and kill her, and I think that's the best line. Turns out his fast bow is indeed protect. Him missing a power here sucks for him. So I can A space, he blocks the initiate and goes to 5. That seems good to me. So even though we put ourselves further away from Obelisk, I think putting him down to 5 is more than enough here. We have Xenan Initiation plus Overwhelm as well, which is fantastic. A second Vanquish is useful, but that's it. And Parliament. Okay. Can I kill you? Yes. So I'll play Dawnwalker, give it Killer, kill one of these, and attack with everything else. That is good. So we are 1-0 with Alright, game 2, we're against a friend and a foe in Tony G. I think this hand is a keep. I think we would take a power here for sure though. Off this Crest. I have no idea what Tony's playing. He's been playing a lot of Film Control lately though, which I think is an okay matchup. It's kind of like just playing Praxis. Except I have an easier time dealing with Champ. I will take a power here, so it looks like we're going to be playing a turn 3 Sandstorm Titan. I assume we're against Armory at least. We now know about a Sigil in hand. And we roll ramp. There's also a Torch, I presume. Could be a Protect, but I'm going to say it's Torch in hand. And a Fast Heart of Macaria. I am willing to 2-for-1 him with my Sandstorm Titan here. So he can use Torch plus attack to kill it. If he wants to use a spell for this, I think we're also okay with that. So he has Warcry 2 on top of his deck, presuming he hasn't drawn it this turn. Okay, another Titan. That's great. We're going to play it. Show more skillful draws, and play the Waystone. So we do have Talir's Favor to get us towards these Mystic Ascendants. Any 4-drop would be a good draw. He has a Vanquish too. An Obelisk would be a good draw, just very good in this matchup. And our opponent is really pounding us when it comes to his creatures. So you can play Frenzied Omnivore, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up for Mystic Ascendant and hope it's good. Opponent can have up to Warcry 4 onto our weapon right now, depending on his order of draws and what it hits. We're just going to play Mystic though. He knows about this power, so we'll play it over the Waystone. There's no way we're going to just die here. Second Vanquish. Okay. One cute thing you can do in this deck is play Frenzied Omnivore and discard Dawnwalker, which is kind of powerful. We'll just play Ascendant, play Power, and do I want a Xenan Initiation? I don't think so. But yeah, you can be discarding your Dawnwalkers with Frenzied Omnivore to get them back. This feels like maybe a harsh roll. Either way, even if it's Runehammer, I think this is still the right play. Cool. Another Power Stone's not great. I think I would discard it, so let's play this and discard the Power Stone. Power Stone is just not worth anything anymore. We already have 8 power, so I would rather just have Killer. We'll attack. We don't need to commit anything else to this board though. That's a giant die show. Well, we found his Warcries. I'm happy that's dealt with, and we dealt with it effectively. So I'm going to play Ageless Mentor, which will buff this up enough to bring back Dawnwalker, and we don't need to discard because we have Initiation. And we have something that answers both Tavrod and Akaria right now. He's drawing a Runehammer per turn. I think his last card may be a power or something that's just kind of dead here. Either way, I don't think we need to commit anything else to this board, and we'll save power. We will not save this Crest though. That's gas. Any gas here I would have drawn. There was definitely an argument to just committing another Carnosaur to the board in order to keep up the clock against, say, a weapon. But I think I would rather just play another Carno. I'm going to play this one, so it's out of range of, say, Runehammer, if he draws it. And if he draws a Runehammer, it'll be a 6-3, which does not do the trick. Cool, 2-0 mono time. It's a pretty fair hand. I think it's really slow, but I think it's still keepable. The Waystone helps. It is 5 power, but the Obelisk makes the Talir's Favor a real card. I think it's anything other than aggro, it's fine. And that was just a good draw. Opponent has what I believe is a torch, but if it's Rakano, it could be a protect. It's armory, so it is a torch. Obelisk is amazing in this matchup. You turn your weaker cards that are meant to get you through your deck, like Templar Scribe and Talir's Favor, into real threats. We'll just develop it here instead of Talir's Favoring. In case he plays Sword of Akaria, I don't just want him to freely eat it. We know about Torch. Let's see if he also has removal for this. It is a turn for Worldbearer Behemoth, and he has an Annihilate. Okay. So that tells me we're against what's called Removal Pile, which plays Sabotage all the time. Ooh, maybe we're not. Throw Warden isn't often played in that deck. Continue just playing big beaters, because these are harder to deal with than, say, the Frenzied Omnivore. Although Omnivore doesn't get torched here. I think we play Double Favor. Work towards power number 8. One nice thing is our Carnosaur can kill both Tavrod and Akaria now that it's buffed by one. Normally it cannot kill Tavrod My opponent held off on playing the torch in his hand because he has a maiden. Okay.
Stay forever.
So he may torch plus cudgel one of these. The question is, do I want to Carno it? I think so. Or if he has a second copy of Annihilate, we're sad. This is pretty good here. He torches a Talir's favored and we get sad. But I think it's still the correct play. I also could have played Frenzied plus discard a power. Is it only one torch? It is. Okay, good. So it's our second matchup against Armory here. Which is a little annoying, but I am just playing 5 games, and whatever they are is what goes on YouTube. Sword of Akari kind of sucks here, but we do know about a cudgel, and that is all. I think Ageless Mentor is good enough here, as it's bigger than the weapon, plus buffing my hand. So these are 7/6s, which now means we can also deal with, say, Tavrod. Nice. He doesn't have double green, so I'm going to commit one of these to the board. But I will not commit the other. Rise here is probably for Daisho / no, it's probably Runehammer and hope to find green. But there's our last power for Obelisk, so let's just beat down. And now we're going to make him draw, say, Harsh Rule. Cool. I believe that puts us at 3. Alright, now game number 4. Hopefully it's not more Armory. A lot of ramp, but it's too risky on 1 power. That hand just auto-folded to torch. The only thing I want here is either Power Stone or Power, I believe, off this Crest. I think everything else will go to the bottom. I think I would consider Xenan Initiation, though, considering that we may be against Praxis. That's a power. I think I'm gonna bottom it, though. We have a bunch of draws to get there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bottom it in case I actually draw a power, because I don't actually want to be casting another 2-drop. I want to play Scribe into more threats here. One nice thing about the Ageless Mentor in this matchup and the Xenan Obelisk is we can take our opponent out of range of killing our creatures. The deck really only does Obliterate, and it's sometimes 7 damage where it's Obliterate or creature plus oh god, what's the card name? Xenan Initiation something on a creature, and most of the creatures have 6 attack. We'll play Aegis here. We have a ton of value here, but I want to make my Titan just bigger than his. We are probably about to live the dream of discard Dawnwalker to kill or something this game, which I have never done. Gain 2, attack, no torch, and play the World Soldier Sandstorm Titan. Well, okay, I've gotten larger. I have a Akari into Titan before. We know about a Sigil, but my opponent didn't know about is that we cannot kill this with Frenzied Omnivore. Although my opponent doesn't really have the option to attack, so I could play... This doesn't return it. I think I'm just attacking and playing Dawnwalker. As this still isn't big enough to kill Worldbearer Behemoth, he could kill everything else. If he attacks Worldbearer, I do believe it is correct for me to block up my Titan. It is not like I'm going to struggle to kill things. There was definitely an option as well to just attack with the 6/5 this game. Sorry, to play the 6/5 and toss the Dawnwalker or keep it to kill or something, but that's great for us. He's got a 2-for-1 himself. He didn't do anything here. I'm gonna develop something. I think it's just a Carnosaur. But let's attack first, because if he tortures Dawnwalker, I want it back. We'll just slam Carno. We don't want to reveal Frenzied Omnivore.
It's written right here.
That's fine. Right now my opponent's dead. He probably isn't dead in the long run here. Hurt off the top is a bit of a beating. Okay, so we have a bunch of options. We could play one of these, discard nothing. We could play one of these, killer. We could play Mystic plus power. I think that's the best line. What's Mystic power? Get back the Dawnwalker too. Killer. Kill this. He probably would have traded, but I'm not going to give him the option of taking it. Because taking it's nice. I guess it doesn't really matter. In this case, I'm kind of just saving myself time. So power off the top is excellent. It gives us a draw. It gives us Obelisk. Okay, that's okay. So we're going to play Ageless Mentor, which buffs these super big, and play Obelisk. My opponent dares attack into this board. He's going to be giving me some pretty obvious reads. If he attacks with Heart, I'll block with double threes. This is a weird one. I think we go block, block, and the question is, do we make this happen? I think we do. We make him have, like, Torch, Heart, or Obliterate, stuff like that. If he wants to kill both units, it's going to take a fair bit of effort for him at this point. Opponent has not played a power. Okay, so he can kill my Mystic. It did 3 for 1, minus however much we value the power at. And here's an interesting turn. Almost whatever I draw, I should pitch. So even though it turns on Obelisk, I'm going to pitch the power to this to kill her the 5/4 and get Dawnwalker back. So this kills this. This gets bigger, and then I can attack for 3. Our life total is not under danger right now, so I can just keep attacking with Ageless Mentor. Playing this next turn, it will be a 8/7 because of Obelisk, or sorry, it'll be a 7/6 because we haven't buffed it fully yet. Shatter off top kinda sucks. That kinda nullifies our game plan a fair bit. Purify sucks. Titan sucks. So, I think I'm gonna Frenzied plus kill or something, which buffs this, so I could play this, trade with the 5/6, then A-space. Oh, I don't need A-space then. I think this is correct. Toss away the power. Kill the Titan. This grows larger. And attack for 11, where this is going to grow larger because our opponent has to block once again. Hopefully, my opponent just stops warping in Mega Threat. Cool. 4-0. Alright. Game number 5 against a worthy opponent. So out of ramp. Turn 4 Carno potentially. I think I'm gonna ship it though. I guess if the Crest helps, but I think we can afford to discard, and I don't think it's worth ramping into some of the things we have. It's a very, very fair hand. We just want power. Sure. Alright, looks like we might be against Stone Scar. I'll play the Scribe. Initiate puts us in a weird spot. Instigator's pretty good against this deck. So I could play double of these, then Worldbearer next turn. I could also just play Dawnwalker, which I think is the correct play. This either forces him to use something or loses Instigator, and if he's not attacking, that's great for us too. And if he uses his whole turn rapid shotting, we're very okay with this. He did get to develop, so what I'm going to do is play Ageless, buff these two, and play Initiate, which I'm not willing to block with, so we can play Worldbearer next turn. Our opponent has no idea that we're missing power. We do know he has a Sigil though. And him playing that Waystone kind of tells me he doesn't have a 4-drop he wants to play, presuming he's playing optimally.
A single shot is all it takes.
Alright, my dude lift. So we'll play the power. We're gonna look for power, I guess. I don't need another Dawnwalker. We'll bottom it. And play a giant Worldbearer, which gets us back a Dawnwalker. Next turn, I'll likely just play the Mystic and attack. I don't really care what he does to this, the 8/9 Worldbearer. If he has Annihilate, he has Annihilate. He may just choose to obliterate something. Okay, he does have Annihilate. So this is gonna hurt. And we will just try to double trade. If we draw a power for this Mystic Ascendant, it's great. And we do get back the... well, we get to block with Dawnwalker next turn. We didn't. So I'm gonna play Initiate plus Xenan almost, which makes all my blocks better. It also makes it so, for example, if we draw another Dawnwalker, we can recur Dawnwalkers. Soulfire Drake is a really problematic card for us when we don't draw, say, Titan. And we haven't drawn Titan, we've just drawn some power. I do think I need to get somewhat aggressive. So I think I'm going to make this set of attacks. We are getting ran over by Soulfire Drake right now. We've drawn a power source, but I really need it to be a Sigil. There was definitely an argument to just deploy Mystic Ascendant on this board as well, and it probably would have been better the more I think about it. Because that allows me to play power next turn into, say, Carnosaur. So yeah, this was a mistake. What I should have done is played Mystic and made no attacks, and double Soulfire Drake is probably lights out for us. Unless we draw a Titan, and then we have to worry about dying to Instigator. We didn't draw a Titan, so we went 4-1 with this deck. It's not bad, we didn't draw any killer in that match, we didn't draw any interaction really. So I think that was still a solid showing that we could have won. So guys, I want to say thank you guys all for tuning in. This has been our Mono Time Deck Tech and Games, and I'll see you guys with the next one.